Charmaine, and my guest today is a 17-year-old designer from Artesia, California. And she says she sleeps and breathes fashion and likes to design clothes that reflect her own personal style. And she's here today to talk about her recent elimination from Lifetime's new design show, Project Runway Jr. I want you to help me welcome Miss Ysabel to the show. Welcome.
Hello, hello.
Well, I am so glad to have you on the show, young lady. You are just as cute as you want to be.
Excited.
Well, good. So I just want you to tell us a little bit about, first off, how did you find out about the audition for Project Runway?
Well, I remember it was one school night, and it was about 10:45 at night, and I was looking through my email, and I got an email that was looking for, that was casting for Project Runway Jr., and I was just like, wow. What an opportunity, because I also knew Project Runway also did a Threads version.
Mm-hmm.
And so the junior version sounded much more intriguing. So then I just set in all my stuff, and everything just took off for me.
Okay, now you made it sound so easy, Ysabel. How did they even get your email, girl? Let's backtrack, because I don't get emails like that.
Backtrack a little more.
So,
well,
yeah, tell us.
Well, FITM, I follow their Fashion Club email subscription, and it just had that flyer inside the mail, and I was just like, wow, this is crazy. So,
I'm sorry. I wanted to know, what was your reaction when you found out that you were now going to be a designer on Project Runway Jr.?
I thought I was being lied to. That
Really?
was the craziest thing ever. I remember I was just waiting by my phone for days, and I didn't know when they were going to call. And then when they finally called, I was just like, yo, this is crazy.
Did you scream? Did you run around? I mean, were you crying?
it didn't even hit me. I was in shock. I was just in shock. I could not believe it at all.
So how long have you been designing, and where did your passion for fashion come from?
Well, I've always loved fashion growing up. I would always, cut my Barbie doll's clothes, make little sketches, and show my parents. But then it really sparked my interest when I was in middle school. I remember that I told my 7th grade self, hey, you need to start getting started on your future. And so I decided to turn to fashion design. And I remember I made this really cute elephant sweater. That was my very first piece. And then in 8th grade, I also began a little pocket tee company. It's called Along the Lines Pocket Tees. And that went on for 2 years. In high school, I stopped my sophomore year selling the pocket tees. And that's when I really wanted to focus on making my own pieces, making skirts, making tops, making jackets, things like that. And so from there, I just began to work on my personal style. I would say I'm very street chic. I really love streetwear. I love lace, love leather. I just love experimenting with different types of fabrics. And so from there, I just started to, even make pieces for dances. I've made my prom dress. I've made my homecoming dress multiple times. So it was all about experimenting and just finding myself through design.
So who are some of your favorite designers?
My favorite designers, I feel like that changes every so often. But right now, I really love Alexander Wang. He is such an inspiration. I love everything that he puts on the runway, and it's just incredible. I just look up to so many different designers.
So, Ysabel, what was your first reaction when you walked into that design room, knowing now that you are a contestant on Project Runway Jr.? Was that like a surreal moment for you?
That was definitely one of the craziest moments. I remember going through that door and everything just hit me all at once. Like it was air. I was breathing something new. Like, it was just crazy. I was in the same room as other Project Runway designers. I'm about to go through something that not a lot of high school teenagers go through. And plus, I'm doing something I love. So it's just honestly very crazy.
So when you first get there, because we don't see like when you guys really first arrive, do the designers kind of like size each other up? Can't wait to see what they're able to do. What happens behind the scenes before we see you guys walk into the room? I want to know.
Well, definitely it was very intimidating because I remember the other designers and we had like a conversation on, oh, like, where do you go to school? What do you do? And a lot of these designers, they go to art school. They go to a school that specifically has fashion design as a class. But then me over here, I just go to a regular high school, no fashion class. I've never taken a sewing class in my life. I'm purely self-taught. So it was definitely very intimidating for me to even be around those designers. But then again, I was also very inspired. It was quite motivating to know that I am self-taught and I was in a room with designers that, had training.
Was there any designer style that you actually admired that you worked with on the show? You saw something they made and was like, I really like them. Did you have one of those?
Yes, of course. I love all of them, but I absolutely love designer Samantha. She is amazing. I instantly clicked with her when we first met. I just love her street style aesthetic. It's very New York. You can definitely tell that, she grew up there. I just love everything she made, and I remember seeing her audition video, and I just love seeing the pieces that she came up with while she was because she also goes to a school that has fashion design in it. And so I'm just very impressed with her. She's just amazing. She just knows what she wants to make. And, she's there. She's there to win.
And you're right. She's very solid. I love her clothes. So you hit the nail on the head with that young lady. She's really, really special. So I wanted to talk to you about Thursday's show. It was the famous unconventional challenge using materials from a car wash. So when you got in the limo, where did you think you were going?
I really thought I was going to a red carpet premiere. I mean, the other designers and we looked so good. We were ready. We got our makeup done. Our hair looked good. I mean, I was so ready for a red carpet challenge.
And you got out at a car wash. What were you thinking?
I was just like, no. Oh, no. This is not happening. This is crazy. Like, who knew that would go downhill so quickly?
Okay.
I know, honestly.
And the unconventional challenge so soon, the second episode.
Exactly. I was just like, oh no, gotta get my game mentality ready. Gotta get my game face on. Unconventional is scary.
And not only did you have to get your game face on, when they only give you, a short amount of time to go and get the materials, because you have to run and go get as much as you can. So why did you choose the flags? And what drew you to those flags?
I think what drew me to the flags the most was the color. I think I really wanted to take a risk and see what I can do with color. Especially, when I design, I really love monochrome colors, blacks, whites, grays. But then, I don't know, for some reason, there wasn't a lot of that, and the colors just got to me. I think that's what really got to me, the colors. So I just the flags really, the flags are calling my name, basically.
Were they difficult to work with and manipulate to make an actual outfit out of it?
Yes, they were definitely pretty difficult because I tried sewing. I sewed with the flags, but sometimes I had to be really careful or else the seams would rip apart, the plastic would rip. It was just very frustrating. I just really wanted to make it work, as Tim Gunn would say, but I don't know. It was just very overwhelming.
So now you have a chance to sit down and you're in your second fashion show now. And now you're looking at the runway and you saw your piece go down the runway. What was it like for you to see your piece go down the runway? And did you see anything that you probably could have fixed or wish you could have?
I'm pretty much saying a prayer as I was sitting down. I was just hoping nothing would fall, nothing would malfunction, hopefully. Because I know my zipper wasn't very great on that skirt, and so I was hoping maybe the zipper wouldn't split, or I don't know, something crazy with the plastic would happen. But after she came off the runway, I was just like, thank God. It went pretty smoothly, smoother than I thought it would be.
So then, were you surprised to find yourself in the bottom two?
Oh, excuse me?
Were you surprised to find yourself in the bottom two?
I kind of expected that I would be at the bottom two. Honestly, I wish I did something different with the whole design. I feel like it was just a choice of what type of materials I could have picked out. Like I could have choose something better, definitely. Choose
Okay.
other materials other than the flag. And my SpongeBob SquarePants top.
Well, and so the thing that was so cute about you, Ysabel, was when you were describing your piece in the inspiration, you were so happy and so joyful, and the smile that was on your face. And I agree with one of the judges. It was so difficult because you were so positive up there talking about your piece. And it's like, how can you send this young girl home? She's just as cute as she want to be and positive. So was it disappointing, when you finally heard your name called so soon?
I mean, honestly, I'm a very optimistic person, and as I'm sure, like, the viewers saw, like, I'm very positive. I have no regrets, honestly, because at the end of the day, what happened, and, you just got to let go of it and move on. And, hearing my name, of course, there was disappointment, obviously. I mean, it's only the second challenge. I only got to show the judges only one real piece, which was the previous week. And so, yeah, I was very sad, but, I just had to snap out of it. There's more for my future. Project Runway has definitely, been, a starting point, something that has definitely helped me grow as a person. It has become part of my life now. And so I just try to look at everything very positively.
So what are you working on now, and what are your plans for the future?
Right now, I'm definitely working on finding more of my design aesthetic. I would say I really want to hone down on my street chic design. And also, I'm a senior right now. Right now, I'm applying to colleges. And so definitely I hope to become a fashion major. Definitely that will happen. And yeah, I really just want to work on myself, work on my future.
So what was the excitement like at your school when everyone knows someone now that's on TV, Project Runway? So how is this, like, the past 2 weeks been for you?
Well, like I said, like my high school is not very fashiony, there's no fashion classes or anything. But all of my friends, they're very supportive. They were so excited to see me on TV. People call me Designer Ysabel now. And even my teachers have actually been very, very excited. They even wrote on the board, watch Project Runway Jr, 9 p.m. on Lifetime, Designer Ysabel.
How sweet.
Yeah, even the whole school was really pumped, and I've never felt so much love from my school. And also even my principal, he even made announcements. I was even on my school's Twitter.
How special.
Yeah, I never knew. I didn't know I would get so much love from people. It was just amazing.
So do you still keep in touch with some of the other designers on the show?
Yes, like, we've definitely become a family, like a little Project Runway Jr. family, because, we're the very first cast of Project Runway Jr., and we all have a bond that definitely, hopefully will not be broken, because although we all come from different backgrounds, once we first met and once we all started hanging out together, it was like we grew up together. We all instantly clicked, and I really hope that's something we won't lose down the future because we just got along so well.
See? Now, what advice would you give to young designers like yourself who would like to participate on the show?
To young designers, I would definitely say don't go down on yourself. Don't be negative, because you follow your dreams, basically. You just have to follow your dreams, because Project Runway Jr. is definitely something I didn't think would happen in my life. You just have to go for the opportunities that you see. You have to work hard for your opportunities. You have to go out there and really be confident in yourself. That's the main thing.
Very good. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show, Ysabel. You are such a blessing.
Thank you so much. This was very fun.
Yeah, and I want to remind everyone to make sure that you tune in to Project Runway Jr. Thursdays, 9/8 Central on Lifetime. And again, I want to thank you, Ysabel, for coming on this show, and I wish you many, many, many blessings.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me.